Hey out there, slot car land. How's everybody doing this week? Got another new episode for you guys. I've had some thoughts from people who are watching both the diecast and the slot car side, and they really like the Hot Wheels therapy episodes that we do on the diecast side that I do. So I thought I'd kind of bring that over here, change the name, and do a couple other things. So welcome to the thoughts of a slot car junkie. So today's thought is about racing, slot cars and racing. That's my thing when it comes to slot cars. I'm not much of a collector, though my collection has grown since starting the YouTube channel. But I'm more into the racing side of it. I'm a big race fan. I always have been. I was raised in a racing family. My dad worked on race cars and worked for people who raced race cars. Never got the opportunity myself to drive them. But I've always, growing up, have always raced something, whether it was doing bikes, racing bikes, BMX, road bikes, mountain bikes, running track in high school, junior high and high school, and it's just, I've always been racing something. And when I connected with the group that I race with now, and it just became, that's what it became, and that's my racing, that's what I do. And as you guys know, it can get almost as expensive racing these little cars as it is racing a real car. You guys all know that. So, but I was thinking about something the other day. I was thinking about how much, if you do a lot of slot car racing and you travel and do a lot of slot car racing, how this little tiny car hobby can mimic the big cars. Like if you've got your local group that you race with every day, week in, week out, all that stuff. That's like your local racetrack. That's like going down and that's like racing at your local racetrack every Friday, Saturday night. That's the same thing as racing with your slot car guys. It's basically the same thing. And if you go and say you're lucky enough to be in a state where you can like travel like an hour or 2.5 hours and go to another town and race, it's a lot like your local regional racing or a touring series, as it were. And if you're even luckier than that, you could go and be able to hit a big race like we do every year when we go to the Fray. It would be like your local midget racers when they get to go to like the Chili Bowl or something and race a huge race. So they really mimic them. So they really mimic each other. In between racing a real car and racing these little slot cars, it's not the same thing. And I know the guys that drive real race cars are not going to say, oh, it's not the same thing, but there's a lot of similarities. We'll go that way. A lot of similarities between the two, between racing slot cars on a regular basis and on a non-regular basis. There's people like Ron Schmidt and Jeff Kratz that are you could basically class them as semi-professional slot car racers. They hit every big race that they can. The Fray, the Ohio Cup, the Nationals, the Quarrel that's coming up. They hit all of these big races, and it's almost like they're the semi-professionals of this hobby. But and once again, we want to keep the hobby, keep the hobby friendly, keep the hobby serious. But there's nothing wrong with a little competition to bring out the better slot car racer in you. You're not going to get any better by racing with your local guys all the time. You got to get outside and go race with other people to see how good you really are, and to find out where you need to improve and where your cars need to improve. And if you just stick around at home, you're going to end up being the big fish in a little pond. Or you can go out and step out of your jumps and go race with other people and see where you stack up with them. So it is a great hobby, whether you do it for fun, whether you're serious about it, or whether you're semi-serious about it. It is a great hobby, no matter how you look at it, and that's the way I look at it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. These are my thoughts from a slot car junkie, because I am a slot car junkie. I admit it. That's the first step in realizing it. So I'll catch you guys later, and I hope you enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to check out some of the other episodes we've uploaded this week. There's a bi-weekly feature car. There's some slot car news another new series that we're going to start that I just uploaded. And we'll catch you next week with the main episode. Not quite sure this coming Saturday, not quite sure what we're going to do. We're either going to start the framework for the oval build, or we may be doing something else, but we'll have to see. So I'll catch you guys this coming Saturday with the regular episode, and be on the lookout for these little episodes popping up throughout the week. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll catch you guys later. And that's my thoughts of the slot car junkie.